Hi all, welcome back to computer science class, and this is our lesson 2 HTML level 2, and this is our session 3 and part 2 of our lesson. Good morning, quite busy with your works? Okay, let's have a quick recap of what we studied in the previous sessions. Yes, we studied the basics of HTML, what an HTML is, and the structure of HTML, the tags and attributes, how it is being used in an HTML, and the list, the types of list we have seen is, yes, the ordered, unordered, and definition list. And then we saw links. In links, the tag used is A tag, that is anchor tag, href, that is hyperlink reference, and URL is uniform resource locator. Okay, then comes the tables. We have seen an introduction to tables, that is the tags used in the tables and the elements. What is a table tag, what is table row and table heading, and what are the elements that is being present in the tables. Okay, let's start listening to today's class. This is our chapter 2, HTML level 2. Yes, we are studying the level 2 in HTML. And in today's concept, we are going to study about the table and its attributes and some more attributes. That is, we have already listed some elements of the table. Now we are going to look about the attributes of the table. And then, what is a frame? How a frame is used in an HTML. And then, what are the attributes of the frame set? And what is a frame tag and its attributes? So all these concepts we will be studying in this session. So you might be able to know what a frame is, how to design a frame in an HTML, and how to design a table in HTML. All these things you will be doing at the end of the session. Okay. So this is tables, a quick introduction on tables from the previous session. So this is your table, table row and table data. So the tag used is table and tr is the table row and the tag used for table data is td. So then comes your elements we have listed in this previous session. One is the caption, that is the table heading, and the table heading is nothing but the title for each and every row. This caption is nothing but the overall table's heading, and the table heading is row headings or the column headings. Then we saw the row, table row, and table foot is nothing but the end part, and table body is nothing but the contents of the table. Table data is nothing but the values inside the table, and table cells is an individual box, that is an intersection of a row and column is called a cell. And a column will define what a column is. Then column group is defining the group of column within a table. So it defines a group of column within a table, that is your column group. So these are the elements which you saw in the previous session. And now in this session, these elements, how they are being given, just we look at an example. So this student name list is your caption. And all these black color thing, that is a headings. There will be some headings over here. All these comes under your table heading. And these are the table cells, individual cells. So totally 1, 2, 3, 4. Around 12 cells you have. And 50, the value that is being represented is your table data. And this is one column. The vertical representation is your column and the horizontal representation is your table row. So horizontal representation is your table row and the vertical representation is a table column. And the individual columns grouped together is called as column group. Okay. And then individual columns, that is on a whole, the row and a column comprises of a table body. So the contents which is present within this row and column comprises your table body, but table data is different from a table body. Table body comprises all the contents and table data is this individual table content. Okay. And then the table foot is the end of your table. That is the bottom of your table. That is your table foot. Okay. So these are the elements which we listed in your previous session. And now in this session, we are going to look about attributes of table tag in detail. So what are the attributes? Attributes, what is the use of an attribute? Yes, good. It is going to give how information is being presented and published inside your web page. Okay. How it is going to be processed and published. So first attribute we are going to see is width. Width is nothing but, so this is your individual cell. So how it is going to represent the width of the table. So individual cells width you are going to specify. So it is given in the terms of percentage. To specify a width, you have to specify it in the terms of percentage. Okay. Next thing is your cell spacing. Second attribute is your cell spacing. That is nothing but space between the cells. So what are the space that occupies between the cells? See, look after the cell 1, cell 2, cell 3, some space occurs in between the cells. So how many space it has to be given? That is being represented using your cell spacing. And its value is given in the term of pixels. Okay. And next attribute is cell padding. So cell padding is nothing but it specifies the space between the border and the content. So in the previous cell spacing, we have seen the within the cells, what is the space that has to be given. But in cell padding, the content and the border of the cell and the content, how the space has to be given. That is your cell padding. And this value also should be given in the terms of pixels. So you have to specify in the terms of pixels. Okay, so other one is cell spacing also in the pixels, cell padding also in the pixels. And then the borders. Border is nothing but thickness of the border around the table. So it is nothing but around the table, the margins, the outer and in the inner specifications, the margins. So that is represented using your border. So this value also is given in terms of pixels. So whenever you specify border is equal to 0, then the border will not be displayed. That is this dark lines. The dark lines will not be displayed. Only the cells alone will be displayed without any borders. So you have to specify some border values. So border is equal to 1, 2 or something you have to specify. If you specify, then only the border will be displayed. Okay. So the next thing. BG color. What is BG? Yes, background. So the next attribute we are going to see is background color. You can give some background colors to your table. So look out this. You have to give different colors or a similar color, whatever thing. You are specifying some background colors for the tables. I have given individual colors for each and every cell. You can even mention all the cells together in a single color also. So it is used to change the background color of the table or a table cell. On a whole, a table or individual cell. So that is the example I have given here for the background color. And align. Yes, you have already read about the align in your Word, Excel, everything you have an alignment. Alignment is nothing but you are going to align your text within the cell. So here look at this example. Yes. Name, mark, AAA and 56, how it is being aligned? Yes, name is aligned in the left side. Mark is aligned in the right side. And A and 56 is aligned in the center. So alignment can be either left, right or center. So it specifies the alignment of a text in a table. How you are going to align your text, either in a right, left or a center position. Okay. Next thing you have is frame. Yes. What is a frame? See, look at this. It specifies which part of the outside border should be visible. That is, either the left side of the border should be visible, or the right corner, or the top or the bottom position. So outside the table, what borders should be visible? That is being specified in your frame. But in rules, what is the visibility of the borders inside the table. So inside border, that is the column or row specification. So this inside lines, that is being specified using your rules. Okay. So frame and rules differ in outside the table representation. Outside border is nothing but your frame. So normally how a frame will look like, you'll be keeping your photos inside your frame. So frame is nothing but the outer covering. You can easily remember in such a way. So outer covering is nothing but the frame. So that is nothing but the outside border, specifying the outside border. And rules is nothing but specifying your inside border. Good. So we will see an example. So the example given here is, I'm going to have a caption named it monthly savings and have given some table heading and table data. And the output for this particular program is HTML code is, this is your output. Okay. So now we are going to see a live example of this table. Okay. In order to look after your example, what you have to do? Yes, you have to open up a empty notepad. Now I have opened an empty notepad. Let me start doing this table content. So what is your first head? Yes, it is HTML. And then you have to give your head section and then give your title. I'm giving table example. I'm giving the title as table example. I'm closing this title and then I'm closing this head and then I'm opening up the body section. So now inside your body section, you have to define your table. So table is defined using this tag table, and I'm giving border. I have to specify the border or else border will not be displayed. Border is equal to 1 and I have to give the alignment. I'm giving alignment as, I am giving center alignment. Center alignment, and I'm giving cell spacing. So these are the elements we have seen, cell spacing and cell padding. So cell padding I'm giving us, what is cell spacing? Yes, between the cells, space between the cells, and cell padding is nothing but space between the content and the cell. So cell padding. So this is our table I have designed. I am giving a caption. So that is nothing but heading for your table. I'm giving mark list. I'm just closing this caption. Okay. Now I'm going to give table row. That is the first row will be my headings. So what heading I have to give? I'm just giving serial number. The first heading will be my serial number. Close this table heading. And my second heading will be name. I'm closing this table heading. And my third heading will be what? Let me give us marks. And I'm closing this table heading. With this, the first row got completed. I'm closing this table row. Okay, now I have to give values. Again, I'm opening a table row, the second row. And now it's not table heading, it will be the table data. So I'm going to give some values. So serial number is, first value will be your serial number. I'm closing this table data. Each and every time you have to specify individually. You should not specify in a single column. Okay. So just specify each and every table data for each and every table values. So table data, I'm closing this individual table data, and then I'm placing the third value. What is our third value? Give some marks. I'm giving some 80 marks. And I'm closing this table data, and I'm closing this table row also. Now I have to give few more values. I'm just making a copy of it. You can even type or you can even copy and paste like this. So give paste. I'm changing the serial number. Now I'm changing the values. Serial number 2, and the name will be some BBB, and the mark will be some 85. Okay. So with this, let me have the 2 rows enough. Okay. And with this, I'm closing this. Table row is closed. I have to close your, yes, you have to close the table first, and then you have to close your body tag. Yes. And then you have to close your Yes, HTML tag. So now the program is ready. We have to save this program. Give save as. I'm choosing the desktop. I'm giving this table sample, and you have to mention, yes, you have to give .html. Okay, I'm giving all files, and then I'm giving table sample.html will be our file name. So look here, table sample. Now what we have to do? Yes, we have to execute this. To execute it, you have to open up your browser. So this is your browser. In the browser, you have to go to your file, give open file, and then where is our file? Yes, it is table sample. So this is our file name, table sample, give open. Look at the program here. So table sample is the title I have given, mark list, and then this is your serial number, marks and name we have given in your program. So this is your output. Have you got it? Yes. So this is generation of your tables. Okay. So the next concept we are going to see, that's it with the table concept. Next concept we are going to see is, yes, what is this? Something, somewhere it is going on. Okay, it's nothing but your frames. So you have individual frames. So just look like a photo frame. Okay. So frames are nothing but, so what you have to do is, whenever you give a content in your web page, it will be given at a stretch like a text. So documents created so far in a HTML will be displaying a web page occupying the entire browser screen. So on a whole screen itself, it will be occupying the whole contents. But instead, when you want to display two or more pages together in a screen, then you go for your frames. So frames is nothing but we are going to divide the given web page screen into multiple frames, multiple divisions or multiple sections. So dividing the browser screen into different panels. So here panels is nothing but your frames. So frames are otherwise called as panels. So you are dividing the screen into multiple panels. Okay, so the tag used here is frame set. So frame set and the closing tag is /frame set. Okay, so HTML frames are used to divide the web browser window into multiple sections, where each sections can be loaded separately. You can load each and every section separately with a separate programs. Okay, so this is dividing the browser. So you might have used your collage options in your photo. So when you want to collage two or more photos, you can use such kind of frame options. You can select this frame, you can paste over multiple photos in your different frames, right? Similarly, even in your web browser, you are going to divide the screen into multiple panels, and each and every panel will be having a different web pages. So different choices will be loaded different. Okay. So next is when a frame tag is used. So whenever you're using this frame tag, this body tag is not required. It is not necessary to use this body tag. So in this frame set alone, it is not necessary to use the body tag. For all other HTML coding, you have to compulsorily use your body tag. Okay, so since it is using this, frame tag will be replacing your body tag. Okay. And when you're using this frame tag, this formatting tags, hyperlinks, and document text cannot be used. It cannot be used. Only the frames alone will be used. So some browsers do not support this frame technology. So not all the browsers will be using this frame technology. Some of the browsers will not be supporting this frame technology. Okay, so this will be your disadvantage of using a frame. So you cannot use this formatting tags or hyperlinks or any other things. You cannot use in all the browsers. All these are your, what is your disadvantages. An advantage is this, you can view multiple documents within a single page. So within a single page, you can use multiple documents. At a time, you can use your different documents together. So it loads pages, different servers in a single frame set. So from different servers, it will be loading your pages. And also, when size of the browser changes, it will be changed accordingly. Okay. These are your advantages of using your frame tag. So look at this. Frame tag is nothing but dividing the individual web page into different sections or panels. So panels are nothing but your frames. Right. So now we are going to see some of the attributes of frame set tag. So what are the attributes available? So first, calls. What is calls? Calls is nothing but a short form of columns. So it is going to divide the browser screen into number of vertical frames. So vertical frames it is going to divide. Okay, so it is given the values mentioned in the terms of either percentage or pixel. So see this example, frame set calls is equal to 35, 60 and 10%. So it will be dividing the screen into 3 vertical columns. This is a percentage is nothing but the size of the frame. Okay, size of this vertical frame. So look at this example. See, this is your first frame, second frame and third frame. I have given 60%, so it is occupying more. I'm giving 35%, I have given 10%. So based on the percentage level, it will be occupying the frames. Okay, occupying in your web page. We're going to divide the screen. So this is your first attribute. Okay, what is our next attribute we have? Yes, your guessing is correct. You are going to divide the web page into horizontal frames. So that is done using your rows. Good. Divide the browser into number of horizontal frames. So we have seen vertical frames. Now we are going to divide it into horizontal frames. So here also the values given in the terms of pixels or percentage. So here the syntax is frame set rows is equal to, you are going to mention this. It is not necessary to divide the rows and columns only 3 or 4, or you can go for n number of rows and n number of columns. Okay. So see this example. Yes, you have divided the web page into horizontal frames using this attribute rows. Yes. Okay. So whenever you mention this rows and columns, instead of giving this percentage, when you want to go for an equal divisions, so not mentioning 35, 30, 10, 60. So instead of that, when you want to go for an equal division, then use this asterisk symbol. When you give 2 asterisk, it will be dividing the web page into 2 equal halves. Whenever 3 asterisks is given, you are dividing the web page into 3 equal halves. So this is applicable for both columns as well as rows. So horizontally as well as vertically, you are going to classify it. Okay, you are going to dividing the screen. Right. So next attribute you have is border. So border is nothing but what is the width of the each frame. So frame width you are going to mention. So what is its width? So it is given using the syntax frame set border is equal to 5. And next you have is frame spacing, that is space between the frames. So you are giving 3 different frames and each and every frame you have some space. You are going to mention some space. So space between the frames. So this frame spacing is given by the syntax frame set. Frame spacing is equal to 10. So you are giving 10 spacing between your frames. So this is within the border and this is within the frames. Okay. So these are the attributes of your frame set. So next you have is a frame tag. So frame tag is nothing but it defines the content and properties of your individual frames. Now you have divided the screen or the web page into multiple frames and what each and every frame should contain. Yes, that is being denoted using this frame tag. So it defines the content and the properties of your individual frames. What every individual frame should contain. So it should lie inside your frame set tag. So inside your frame set tag, this frame tag will be available. And there is no end tag for frame tags. That is, the slash frame is not necessary for your frame tag. Okay. So look at this. Frame 1, frame 2, frame 3, frame 4. What contents you have to give inside this frame 1, frame 2. That content specification will be given using this frame tag. Okay. Now, what are the attributes of this frame tag? How you are going to give the contents? By which means? So that means is nothing but your attributes. So first you have to specify your name. So what is the name of your frame? Either first frame or sample frame, a frame, one frame. So you have to specify the frame name. And next is your source. What content you have to give there, the source. The content that is being displayed. Okay, what HTML document you are going to display inside your frame. And scrolling. Scrolling is nothing but you will be seeing in your pages some site, some buttons. It will be movable. So you can move your pages. So scroll is nothing but the movable option. So whether the scroll has to appear on the frame. That is being mentioned using your attribute scrolling. Okay. So this is your syntax. Frame name is equal to, so first attribute is a name attribute. You are giving the name as first frame. And the source attribute is your h.a.html is nothing but your some program you already have. And scrolling is nothing but, yes, I'm going to use the scrolling option. So these are your attributes of your frame tag. To do your example program, you have to go to your notepad, open a new window. Okay. So what is your first statement? As usual, yes, it is a HTML and giving an head section, and I'm giving a title. The title I'm giving is frame sample. I'm closing this title and then I'm closing this head section. And then, yes, you should not use your body section. Why? Because frame set tag does not use any body section. Okay, now frame set. This is your frame set tag. Okay, initially let me divide it into calls. First, I'll do the vertical division. Calls is equal to, let me give first some 20%. You have to specify it within a double quotes. Okay. So 20%, comma, some 50%. So then you close your quotes. Then close the frame set. And now we have classified into two frames. Now we have to give the source for that. So the frame tag is used to give the content for this frame. So frame source is equal to, so let me take some example. What example? Already we have used this cable sample. The program name we are going to use is table sample.html. Okay, so this program we have already taken. And one more frame source. Frame source is equal to some a.html. I have already given this program, so I'm using this. I'm closing the frame set, not the frame. Frame doesn't have any close tag. So I have to close this frame set and there is no body tag. So I'm closing this HTML tag. Okay. So HTML closed and frame set we have divided into two and we have given two sources. Close the frame set and close. Now I have to save this program. Save. I'm using the file name is give some frame sample.html. Don't forget to mention .html. Give all files. Okay. Then give save. Okay. Now we have to execute. Where we have to execute? Yes, we have to go to the browser. Go to the browser. Give open file. What is our file name? Yes, it is frame sample and then give open. Look at this. The first file I have included, this is two frames. One is 20% and another one is a 50% remaining thing. I have included one file that is the previous file, table file, and this is another file a.html. Okay. Now let us change these columns into rows. Then we'll check out how it is being displayed. Give rows. Okay. After making correction, give save. Now go to the browser and give a refresh. Look at this. The screen is divided into horizontal frames. Before we have seen vertical frames. Now we have seen this as horizontal frames. Okay. So this is an example for your frames. So that's it with today's session. We have seen. Now it's time to recap. So what are the concepts we have seen? Yes, we have seen about the attributes of a table. So this is a table attributes. What are the attributes we have seen? Width and the border, and the cell spacing and cell padding. Cell spacing is nothing but within the cells, and cell padding is nothing but the content and the cell. A frame and rules differing in outside border, and rules is nothing but your inside border. And alignment comprises of left, right and center alignment. Background color, you can set your background color for individual cells or a whole table. So these are the attributes of your table we have seen. Right. And next thing is, yes, introduction to frames. In that we have seen about the frame set. That is nothing but calls, that is dividing the frame web page into different columns. This is your columns. And dividing the frames into web page into different rows, that is horizontal frames. So this is your rows, and then you have a border and frame spacing. So this is your frame spacing. Frame B and frame C has been segregated using this frame spacing. So these are the attributes or tags used in your frame set. So what is the next concept you have seen? Yes, the frame tag and its attributes. So the frame tag is nothing but the contents within this frame. So this is your scrolling. Scrolling is nothing but movable link. So you can move this. So scrolling, source is nothing but the file name you have to specify, and name is nothing but the name of this frames. So all these things we have seen in your frame tag and its attributes. Okay. Now it's assessment or activity time. So in order to do your assessment and our activity, you have to download your Google Classroom and then join your class. Good. Almost half of the students have joined the class. Still some more have to join the class. Kindly join the class. Then only you can get your assessment marks or your test marks. You have to submit your individual assignments and also the test. Okay. So you have to use this code ZSBQ HFU to join your class. This is your class, Computer Science 9th Standard. And this time I have posted a quiz. And this is your quiz link. You have to give joinmyquiz.com in your phone browser. It will be asking a code to join the quiz. The code is 1783039. You have to type this code and then you'll be entering into a game. Quiz game. You have to answer all the questions, give submit, then you'll be finding your score. Okay. And then an assignment you have. The assignment is you have to write an HTML code to create your frames. Okay. Either columns or rows, whatever thing. You can partition it. Just give some example program and then you have to generate a table. So you have to write a coding for table also. You have to generate a table as shown here. So you have to have your 4 rows and the table headings are serial number, name and computer mark, and the table data are all these data. You have to mention one by one. So this is your assignment. You have to write it in your classwork. So the assignment program is similar to the program which I explained in the video. So look again your video, watch again it, and then make a note of that program. The same program will be this. Okay. Just make a copy of it. Okay. So that's all with today's session. Thank you, children. Stay home. Stay safe. Thank you.